Today I'm working on a cake, and I'm just doing a box cake mix, but as you can see I use milk instead of water. And then I'm putting my eggs in, and I use 4 eggs instead of the 3 that it calls for. I just think that makes it better. And then I use the oil as usual. Some people use butter, and I use butter sometimes, but I had oil today, so that's what I used. That is an easy way to doctor up a boxed cake mix, and then mix it as the directions say. And then I always set my temperature on my oven to 325, and then I set my timer for about 30 minutes, and then I just keep a check on it, because sometimes it's going to need a little more, sometimes it might need a little less, not usually. But with this size cake, about 30 minutes is gonna cover it for my oven. Always tap the bubbles out, get all the air bubbles out. That way it will rise evenly. And then after I got my cake out, I leveled it. I didn't show y'all that part, but I leveled it with my cake leveler. And now I'm just putting on the crumb coat. As you can see, I have a little helper in the background. The crumb coat just seals in the crumbs exactly as it sounds like. So you put a thin layer of icing on there, smooth it out pretty good. Make sure you get everywhere on that cake, because you want all those crumbs contained. And I am using a crusting buttercream, so you just leave it to sit for a little while and it will harden up, it will crust over. And if you can see in the background, I have well, I have a strawberry container now next to me, but on my over my icing, you see that I have saran wrap that keeps it from drying out. And I just use a Viva paper towel and a warm hand to smooth out any lumps and bumps on the cake. Do that a couple times, because you usually will do it 1 or 2 times, and then you'll come back a little bit later and it will be crusted over very nicely. You can do it again. And now I'm going to put my main layer of icing on the cake. Just smooth it out. I just smooth it out the best I can with my spatula. And then I will come back again and use the Viva paper towel to smooth it out even better. And some people leave it like this, you know, just with the smoothed over spatula look. But I like to use the Viva because it gives it more of that smooth fondant look without the taste of fondant. Sped the video up. I guess y'all can see that. I don't actually work this fast. And then after I get all the icing on there, I'm going to leave it to sit for about 10 minutes. And then I'll come back with the Viva for the final smoothing. Just making sure I got a thick layer of icing on that cake. If you can see any crumbs in this layer, then you will be able to see them at the end. So go ahead and get these crumbs covered with this coat. Alright, I had smoothed it out some there, and then I'm coming back to smooth it out a little bit more with my Viva. And then I didn't show y'all that I was writing on the top of it, because I was using a template to look at and decide exactly how I wanted to do the symbols and stuff. So I went ahead and did that part before I started filming. This is just a welcome home cake. trying to figure out where exactly I want to place my letters, because once you place them, it's hard to move them. You can wait till they dry, and you can use a toothpick and move the letters, but you can always, in my opinion, tell that the letters were there. So I try to get it just how I want it before I actually put the letter on the cake. I have made plenty of mistakes, so I've learned from those mistakes. And then I'm coming around with just a circle tip for my icing bag, and I'm putting blue, and I'm spacing them out because I wanted to come put a different color in between each one. Alright, and next I'm going to use more of a green color to fill in those gaps. Just going over with a warm finger, pressing down the places where the icing kind of left a peak. So if you notice on the balls on the sides of the cake, that those are at a tip right now, and I'll come back around with a warm finger and press those down just to keep that icing from pointing up like that. There's the finished product. Thank y'all for watching.